Welcome to this video, guys, wherein we are trying to understand the most hyped topic of this decade, or I would say century, artificial intelligence. And there are lots and lots of misconception. There are lots and lots of truth, facts, myths about artificial intelligence, and I'm gonna burst all those myths. I'm gonna revive the whole new understanding about artificial intelligence. So stay tuned with me in this video, and I'm going to talk about what is artificial intelligence and how do you define artificial intelligence. Now, after completing this video, you will have a complete understanding of artificial intelligence, and you can take part into the discussion where people are talking about artificial intelligence, or you can say acronym as AI. So this artificial intelligence is made up of two words, and these two words are artificial and intelligence. And I'm sure everybody understands this artificial. What does this artificial word mean? Which means anything which is not made by nature, or anything which is made by human is called artificial. So either of the definition is true. However, this intelligence word is very ambiguous. Now let's understand this intelligence word a bit more. Now, when you see, or when you visualize artificial intelligence, you always visualize like a robot which looks like a human, and it's doing the task very efficiently, which more or less are related to human intelligence. Now, or human task, I would say, daily needs or daily tasks like self-driving cars. So you talk about the cleaning of the stuff, or vacuum cleaners, or the some robots which is talking to you humanly. Now, this intelligence word is biased actually. Now, when we talk about artificial intelligence, I am looking for intelligence which is human-like intelligence. We do not call any animal intelligent. Why we do not? So let's talk about a dog, or an ant, or a panther, or any other animal for that matter. They are intelligent enough to spend their livelihood, to understand where they are safe, how to make their house, how to do the reproduction. But we don't call them intelligent. We call them intelligent only in one condition: when they start behaving like human. If they start behaving like human, I will call them intelligent. Otherwise, I will not call them intelligent at all. Right? So if there is a dog which is behaving like human, who is waking you up, who is doing some sort of stuff which a human might have done, and if there is no dog, then we call that dog intelligent. So this intelligent word is itself having some bias attached to it, and we as a human are biased by nature. We do not do rational things, or we do not take rational actions. We always take biased action. Now we'll get into the definition of artificial intelligence, and I'll tell you basically what this artificial intelligence mean in different scenarios. So like people have different definitions for artificial intelligence, and what these definitions are like. Can we make computers think, or can I make if artificial intelligence is a process of making computers that can think, the automation of activities we associated with human thinking, like decision making and learning, the art of creating machines that can perform functions that require intelligence when they are performed by a human being or people. Or you can say artificial intelligence is the study of mental faculties through the use of computational models. Now you must be wondering why I'm just talking about this just after analytics, and why this artificial intelligence is just as a next topic. Don't worry, we'll be connecting the dots very soon. Now, if you just go by the definition of artificial intelligence, the definition which has been around for a while now, I guess more than 6 or 7 decades, is given by John McCarthy, who's been considered as the father of artificial intelligence. And this definition is the science and the engineering of making intelligent machines, especially intelligent computer programs. This is what we call as artificial intelligence. So all in all, we've understood the basic definitions of it, but what exactly this artificial intelligence is? Let's see the definition, and then I'll make you understand with several examples of artificial intelligence, with several real-time things which are going on in the market now. So what is artificial intelligence? It's a way of making computer or a computer controlled robot or a software think intelligently. And mind it, when I say intelligently, it's more like human thing, right? I want my computer to think like human in a similar manner, the intelligent human think. So all in all, I want to create a computer or a computer program or a computer controlled machine or any intelligent device which can behave as if a human is thinking, or as if a human is taking that decision, or as if human is performing that task. AI is accomplished by studying how human brain thinks and how human learns, decides and work while trying to solve a problem, and then using the outcomes of this study as a basis of developing intelligent softwares and systems. This definition over here is very much complete, I would say, because it defines how this whole artificial intelligence system is working. When I say this whole artificial intelligence is working, when I say this, I mean to say that when I think of artificial intelligence, I think of a machine which can mimic a human actions or human decision making or human learning kind of ability. So when I design any artificial intelligence device, my target is that I should be creating a device which will learn like human, behave like human, or in some properties can do certain acts like human as well. So this is the whole sole target. So the whole artificial intelligence is being very much influenced by nature. I would say the way human works, or the way human learns, or the way, you know, the different patterns we find as a human, right? We always wanted to make our machines like which can find those patterns. Now, if you talk about the self-driving car, which is one of the I would say most innovative thing of this decade, I want a car to take decisions, when to stop, when to start, when to speed up, when to slow down, when to apply brakes and when not to apply brakes, when to identify the path, when to give the indicators, identifying the red signals or green signals, identifying if somebody is accidentally coming on the way and then stopping the car suddenly. There are many things which a human might have done. If a physical human driver is sitting over there, he might have done the similar kind of job. I want same capabilities in my cars also. Now if you talk about, and I'm sure like when I say that artificial intelligence word, you might be thinking of Iron Man sort of stuff, where Tony Stark is talking to Jarvis and Jarvis is giving those kind of answers. In movies, things are very much hyped. Now you will understand this when we will have the types of artificial intelligence. So what we're going to do is we're going to understand the types of intelligence, and then you might be having certain questions, for example, like whether artificial intelligence are going to take my job, or what sort of job artificial intelligence can do, whether I should learn artificial intelligence or not, what are the things which I need to learn, and how to proceed forward. And trust me guys, you will get all these answers once you understand what are the different types of artificial intelligence. So if you just talk about types of artificial intelligence, there are majorly three kind of artificial intelligence which are being generated or which are in progress right now, which talks about artificial narrow intelligence, artificial general intelligence, artificial super intelligence. Now what is this artificial narrow intelligence? Which means that the devices are able to do basic tasks. For example, if as soon as it identifies a human face, it can tell you that okay, this is a particular human being, or it can tell you the basics. It can identify the dust and start cleaning up that thing, right? It's more of a narrow intelligence wherein a very basic task can be performed by artificial narrow intelligence, and nowadays 90 to 95% of the devices are based on narrow intelligence at this point in time when we are talking in 2020. Artificial general intelligence is when machines are mimicking the human intelligence, wherein if I'm able to drive a car to 20 kilometers without bumping into something, or without following the rules and regulations, I can trying to make a car which can behave like human. So this is more of a general intelligence, in artificial intelligence which is mimicking the human like task, anything with much higher accuracy, with much higher learning rate, mimicking what doctors needs to say, maybe like prescribing medicines, prescribing different things to patients, identifying the blood pressure and whatnot. There are n number of things which humans are doing. So all these tasks which are generic, which are generally performed by human, they can be taken over by artificial general intelligence. Now this is the most exciting thing, which of most of the time you have seen this: artificial super intelligence. Artificial super intelligence is all about thinking beyond human capabilities, acting beyond human capabilities, taking decisions beyond human capabilities, looking at certain things beyond human capabilities. Anything which is beyond human capabilities is being considered by artificial super intelligence. And most of this artificial super intelligence you might have seen in the movies, like you might have seen them in Terminator, or you might have seen that in Iron Man or in Avengers. These are the devices which are being shown in most of the movies, where like you cannot think, okay, you will be amazed to see, okay, these are the devices which can work beyond the human capabilities, right? There are certain things, and why people are even trying to make these kind of devices, because human has limitations. Human are biased by nature. They get tired. Machines don't get tired. Human have a like, for example, if you talk about the self-driving car, this car, if it is being made completely and with all the possible decision making capabilities, this car can drive for 24 hours. Like if a human driver is there, he might get tired. Your human driver might not be able to see the fog. It might not be able to see the person in low light, or it might not be able to see the roads are ending, or it has got turn, and people get sleepy. People are biased by nature. People are monkey drivers. They don't drive in a pattern. However, if I can make a device which can replace a human driver, it can run for 24 hours. It can follow the rules. It can exceeds the human expectations by looking at the things which are beyond human eye, or it can sense the temperature. It can actually makes you much more comfortable, and it can take decisions as well, right? So there are multiple things which I can do when I make, and that's why people are like just spending like billions of dollars in making these kind of cars. All the top companies are trying to make driverless cars over here, and that's the same reason, because human are biased. They don't follow rules, and at times they tend to ignore the rules, and which is not the case with machines. Machines are very much unbiased. They behave in a same pattern, even if you are there or you're not there. And trust me guys, right now we are like surrounded by artificial intelligence application, but we don't realize it. Soon when we'll talk about more in artificial intelligence, you will realize that there are a lot of things which are based out of artificial intelligence, but we don't realize them, right? So if I just generalize, if I just bifurcate artificial intelligence, what do I get to see? I get to see different parts, different names. I would not say that these are the parts of artificial intelligence, but I would say these are the major things which you get to see. The one is machine learning, then you get to see natural language processing, speech recognition, expert system, planning, scheduling and optimization, robotics, vision, image recognition or machine vision. There are n number of things. Now if you notice here, the whole spectrum of artificial intelligence is to mimic a human like architecture. For example, if we have say some hands and legs to do some kind of action, machines have got the actuators and sensors. I can see something, the machine has got computer vision. I can recognize an image and I can see through the things. Then we have image recognition. If you want to follow a habit, if you want to follow a certain pattern every day, right? But then you have planning, scheduling, and optimization, which can be done by a machine. Then we have expert system, which can do the task very much like human. We can speak as a human, we can speak, and we can listen to the conversation and can respond to it. Then artificial intelligence has got natural language processing, which can translate, which can extract information from the data, which can be used speech to text and text to speech kind of format. And the most important thing which we have is machine learning. No, as a human we have brain, and in artificial intelligence we have got machine learning, which is nothing like the brain of artificial intelligence. So to be honest, machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. So if somebody is saying that he's working with machine learning, eventually somehow or other, directly or indirectly, he's actually working with artificial intelligence. And if you just see the bifurcation of machine learning, you get to see predictive analytics over here. This analytics is the same analytics which we have seen earlier in the data. So we wanted to pick up this machine learning part of artificial intelligence to use it for predictive analytics and prescriptive analytics as well. So I hope you have started making sense over here, and I'm going to show you a couple of examples of the data which you might have seen earlier as well. For example, if I combine machine learning, actuators and sensors, or you can say hardware, and combine natural language processing of the data, what do I get? I get to see Alexa, I get to see Siri, I get to see Cortana, right? If you just combine machine learning and natural language processing, you will get software part of it, right? Which is more of a Cortana or Siri kind of stuff. However, if you combine machine learning, natural language processing, and some kind of processor, which is more of a hardware kind of thing, you will get Alexa over there, right? I hope you're getting this point here. So Alexa can talk to you. It can actually have a conversation with you and can respond to what it is doing. And then it's more of a actuators and sensors which are responding, converting your voice into text, and then identifying this text, making a statement over there, and converting that text into a statement, finding out the best answer for that statement and replying it back. This is more of a terminology which we use for Alexa, right? If you combine the machine learning and the hardware part, you can eventually get a face recognition system, or you can identify people on the road, or you can identify a number plate, or you can identify multiple things, right? So basically you're using computer vision here, and you're using machine learning, and combining it with all together, you are making a device which can recognize people, which can recognize objects. And if you notice, this is the same feature as a human we use eyes, and for machine it's more of a computer vision, right? Which is identifying the objects. So you might get some kind of the confusion while looking at the things, but machines don't get confused. They have a proper understanding of and you need to train those machines, you need to make them learn. So we'll talk about, right, how we learn, like how would we make them learn and do multiple stuff. But if you see over here, this is more of a more of a object recognition system which can be created. Similarly, you might have seen this, right? You might have seen the number plate recognition, and you might have seen like the different stuff, this different information, and based on this recognition, it can be identified that if a car needs to pass through a barrier or not. Now this computer vision technique is being used in identifying the lane detection, number of cars on the road, how many cars are there, how much traffic is moving on, and so on and so forth. This computer vision is also being used to identify what kind of shopping you might be doing. So if somebody is picking up the content directly into their cart, your camera can identify how much products you have kept in your cart, and before you reach the billing counter, it can do the whole billing thing for you. Now just think, if you combine the eyes of artificial intelligence, which is computer vision, speech, which is natural language processing, hardware part, actuators and sensors, and natural language processing, and everything, right? What artificial intelligence parts you have, then what do you make? So you guessed it right. You are actually creating a robot which can actually see you, which can actually talk to you, which can hear, which can respond, which can actually make sense out of the complete data, right? And can have a conversation. It can also find out what you're going to ask next, and what is the most probable outcome you're going to say. For example, you might have seen this in Google as well. When you say how, and it says are you, or how coronavirus, or whatever, right? You get to see uh, those those things which actually makes you think, okay, this is the most probable thing which you're going to type, and then systems keep on learning from that perspective. So a couple of learnings from this video, that artificial intelligence is a big spectrum. It covers natural language processing, machine learning. It can talk about the speech recognition, text to speech and speech to text. It can talk about natural language processing, and it also use actuators and sensors to identify the objects and take decisions. And I want to create systems which are expert systems which can help me do my job much more efficiently. So now in this whole spectrum, we talked about one thing, which is the brain of artificial intelligence, which we call it as machine learning. So in the upcoming video, I'm going to talk about what is machine learning. If you peel off artificial intelligence, you will get machine learning. Now I want to understand what is machine learning. I'm digging in deep into the section wherein we will understand what is machine learning, what are the types of it, and how does it helps me do analytics, and what are the factors which are impacting my machine learning algorithms. So I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned with me. We'll talk more on machine learning, and we'll also see how machine learning is transforming the whole world. I'll see you next.